Um, so, where we last left off, you were waylaid by the ghost of Oliver Bentley. You survived
Ghosts.
the ambush. And as the scattered remnants of the remaining pirates are trying to make their way away, as you see the larger ship begin to sink and just dive underwater. There will be a moment of relative peace and safety as you can all catch your breath as the pirates are making their way away.
Wowzers.
I would call it a short rest, relative amount of peace and safety.
Yeah, you can try. Yeah, you guys can take a short rest.
So scared.
As you do, you see a small little fleet of tiny little boats that are headed your way.
Did Nick
tiny
ever
little
get
pontoons?
healed? We're gonna make sure Nick gets healed. I don't know if
Yeah,
he did or not.
Nick is bleeding out right now. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Cass will drag him to someone more qualified.
I can use a healer's kit on him. It won't bring him up, but it'll keep him from dying.
Okay.
Yeah, better than the medicine check I can do.
Let's do it.
Well, if you're using a healer's kit, I won't make you roll with a medicine check. I think it'll just stabilize him.
Wait, I have a dumb question. Do I max my HP after a short rest? Because it's asking me to roll for it.
You roll however many hit dice you want to spend, and then you can heal that much. So you have a number of hit dice equal to your level, and your hit dice are d8s.
Has it always been like this?
Uh-huh.
Weird. Okay.
We never take short rests. This is probably like a third of the campaign.
Well, everyone has different hit dice too. And I have D10.
Yeah. I see.
Automatically heals. Alright. Well, I'm not looking too hot even after a short rest. So, and we're like barely outside of the port of New Callum. So what's the plan, guys? Are we just full steam aheading? No mercy.
Also,
kill 'em on sight?
don't we also have a giant kraken bite in our ship? Like, is our ship was damaged. I don't remember what its HP was, but right?
Yeah. Your ship is damaged.
Like taking on water damage, or like?
It's not sinking, but I mean, you don't know the extent of it. But in the heat of the battle, you knew that it took some damage.
Are there like ropes on the side of our ship?
Yeah.
Tied to things?
Yeah.
We're flying, right? We're in the air?
You were not in the air.
We're not. Okay, I thought we were doing that. Never mind, I changed my mind.
As you're
I think I know where you're going.
Huh?
Said I think I know where you're going. I like it.
Yeah.
As you are pondering this and collecting yourselves, that small fleet of little pontoons just begins to slowly wade past you. And if you look over the side, there's 3 ships full of children. About 3 per ship, just like
Chil-
completely filthy.
Alone?
Yeah. They're rowing towards the one of the shipwrecks that you've left.
Are they mixed races?
Yeah.
Do any of them look familiar?
No.
Well, just because I spent time training with the children.
Yeah, no, you don't see any of the kids from the Sea of Sword. Like these kids look like malnourished and like these are like latchkey Langston kids. They're like very dirty, they're small, scrawny. They've got this kind of like 1,000-yard stare, like they've seen some shit.
I'd like to run down to the kitchen and grab some breads. Just bread.
Okay.
Some water.
Cass leans over the side and yells, projects thaumaturgy if he has to. Oi! What gang do you belong to? From Langston, right?
They kind of one of them narrows their eyes, and then one just goes, "Rost Alley Whalers."
They treating you well?
They kind of like look around, and then they just go, "It depends."
Oh man, still kids.
They need
Right.
food.
Well, the salvage is yours. We'll keep an eye on you.
Yeah, I
Are
wasn't
they-
asking, mate.
Oh, okay. In that case, we'll just sink you right where you stand.
Yeah,
Whoa.
try.
All right.
I'd-
Someone
Stay
aim
out
a
of our
gun.
way. Maybe
Someone aim a
maybe
gun.
we'll leave you
Oh.
They need to
alone.
learn a lesson.
Fireball?
You guys,
Boys, they're pulling weapons. Let's pull ours.
chill.
Okay.
And
How many kids are there?
there's 3 each. You watch as like there's
Get
a
into the.
maybe about like a 6-year-old girl with like really long pigtails, just like kind of sheepishly like leans over and then pulls up this huge like rifle like kind of unsteadily and like aims it towards you all.
I'm gonna jump
You
off
guys
the
want to
boat.
come aboard
and
and
walk
get
over.
some food?
Hey, that's far enough, mister.
I held out the bread that I grabbed, loaves, and I continue to walk.
Slowly now.
I slow down. But I keep going.
Okay. You make it to about the ship, and you watch as one just goes, "Oi, bidders, get the goods." And then you watch as there's this small little tabaxi that kind of just like leans forward and then just like holds out his shaky hand.
I'll hand him a loaf.
He like snatches it up.
I'm
holds out
gonna
his hand
grab
again.
a hold of the boat and then look at Pierce or look at Cass.
Who was that?
Sorry. Oi, throw me a rope.
Why? All right.
Why does everyone always question me?
I throw him over.
Yeah. I'll throw him. We'll try to throw him a rope together with our
Oh yeah.
8 strength.
I mean, it's a rope. Not
He hasn't asked for a roll, so I'm not gonna roll.
Yeah, that's okay. You can throw a rope.
I need dice.
He might have to come get some of it, but
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'll drag the boat to the rope and start tying it up, and then I'll go to the next
you
boat.
kidnapping us.
Maybe.
What'd you say?
Are you kidnapping us?
I'm not kidnapping you. I'm trying to feed you.
Well, why are you tying a boat up?
So you can get onto the boat faster. Get you closer. Fine. You know what? I untie it. If you want food, you gotta get on the boat.
You watch as the little girl holds the gun like towards your gut, and then just goes like this.
I'm gonna grab the gun out of her hand.
Okay, make an athletics check.
27.
She fires as you grab it, and you hear the whiz of a bullet go past your ear as you snatch it out of your hands.
This is what you do. Someone gives you food.
Oh, you're trying to kidnap us.
I'm not trying to kidnap you. All I'm saying is if you want more food than just bread, you gotta get on the boat. And then you can come back and do your salvage. Or do your salvage first and then get on the boat. I don't give a fuck. I'm just
Maybe
saying.
we should just let the kids go.
Yeah, Varric, leave the starving kids. They're
Varric, are we kidnapping those kids?
We're not kidnapping anyone.
See, they're kidnapping us.
No, I
No.
just saw the rope.
Varric, get
You
off
know
the
what?
ship or I'm gonna kill 'em.
Fuck off.
Whoa, we're not killing them.
I get back on our boat.
I guess they're not kidnapping us. They're going to kill us, they said.
No.
Okay, but definitely.
And you hear one of them just go, "Oh, I knew we shouldn't have come out here."
I will untie their boat and go back onto my boat. And then just be angry.
How big is their boat? Let's just be angry.
He said pontoon size.
It's like 5 feet long. Like, it's basically like a canoe.
Let the children do their job.
Varric, I want them to eat.
That's what I was trying to do. And everybody's getting mad. They're mad at me. You guys are mad at me.
I'm not mad
We're
at you,
not,
Varric.
we're not mad. We're just offering some counsel. I mean, to be fair, they look pretty scrappy. I'm sure they can fend for themselves. I mean, they've made it this far.
You watch as they start pulling out what looks like a bunch of these hooks. And they're like beginning to tow one of the like busted ships back towards Langston. And with that, that little girl with pigtails is now standing atop the big ship with a different gun, like with her foot up on the rail, just like looking at you all, just waiting for someone to make a move.
I'm in noise canceling on.
They work
Could
for the
have had
whalers, you know.
a great dinner.
Fuck them.
Could have had a hot shower / bath. A great dinner.
We got our own problems to worry about. Are we gonna just keep sailing on, or are we doing repairs in the water? I think we're good to get across past around Langston? I'm not sure what the map is. Can we have the
I don't know
map?
where we're at right now.
Yeah, can we have the map so we can see our journey?
We're not going towards Langston.
I think we have to go past it, and we're like kinda past it.
Yeah. We were going that way around the world.
That doesn't make any sense.
Because
Yes.
we're New Callum's right here, Langston's up here, I think, right? And we gotta go.
Mhm.
Ooh,
Oh.
Because this way was some other BS.
it's like a week-long journey.
So
Give me a second.
I got some other places mixed up.
Varric, I thought it was very nice of you to try and feed those kids. I wouldn't have shot them.
I wasn't gonna shoot them. I was just getting tired of hearing them talk. They're pretty, they're Langston kids. I don't feel so bad for them. Yeah, they've all got a hard life. We can't save them all, you know?
I wasn't trying to say, I was just trying to give them a meal.
Yeah, they're working for the Rust Alley Whalers. I'm sure they're eating fine, you know?
I mean, they look kind of scrungy, I'm gonna be honest.
If my daughter looked like that, I'd kick someone's ass.
Ooh.
Say say your prayers to whoever the hell you believe in now that you got out of Langston.
Wait, all right, here we go. All right. Jesus, all right. Sorry, my credentials had expired, so I had to re-credential.
What are you watching, Pierce?
Princess Mononoke. I had an idea of how long can I play Studio Ghibli movies in the background before YouTube notices. No reason. Like it's just really, I just want to see. It's not even like good to watch. Okay.
Wait, that's on YouTube?
Well, it will be.
Oh.
So you guys are here.
We gotta get all the way to Koza?
Yeah.
I thought we were in New Callum.
Yep. You
How-
started here.
How was it
We're going the-
faster to go? Yeah, it looks like it's faster to go to
We
the
should
other
go the
way.
other way, right?
I mean, as the crow flies.
Dude, do you
No,
have-
like
if we're going
clockwise.
here,
Fuck it.
No, 100%.
Why did we decide to go this way?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know why.
dude, what the fuck?
Wait, is it sailable to the west? Actually, I don't even know. I can't tell.
To be honest, this gap you can't really get through because there's no trade that goes out towards like Koza Karsa's Folly.
So we
So
have
you have
to
to
go
go
all
through
the way.
Langston anyways and hang around this way.
We have to
Oh.
go around the frost.
We don't see the bottom part of the map.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to go all the way counterclockwise.
So we're gonna go south from Langston and then back
Yeah.
up.
I
Okay.
think we were planning on going all the way.
I mean,
east.
the reality of the situation is you could have done some air travel part of the way and then landed, but I think you were concerned about flying
And,
like anywhere like near Koza. But yeah, I mean you fly around here all the time, so yeah, you probably could have like flown at some portion of it. But all of this is a clear shot. And yeah, if you want to go all the way by water, these areas are not really traversable.
Cool.
Wow. Wow.
Well, we're committed to this armor, so
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a journey.
depends on how damaged it is.
Oh, I
right?
think that's what it was. Is you wanted to keep the armor on the boat.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna start figuring out the boat then, guys. I will cast.
Yeah,
Does
could you
Does
just
anybody
get
else wanna what?
diagnostics?
Yeah, some boat diagnostics. I'm gonna cast Fly on myself and Varric, and go inspect the ship.
I mean,
Okay.
I can walk on the water.
Oh, sweet. Never mind,
Yeah.
just myself. Let's do it. Unless anybody else wants to come.
I'm gonna
Okay.
get down on the water. See what I can see.
Sundar, give me a Arcana check. Varric, give me a Wisdom check with proficiency.
Got a 30.
I got a 13.
Right.
Wait, with proficiency?
Yeah.
I got an 18.
How much?
18
Okay.
plus 5.
So, between the two of you, So first off, the dark iron plating, you are now missing like a bunch of panels. These panels all like interface with each other. So you gather there's probably some at the bottom of the ocean, but you see a portion of some that have been like partially dissolved by the Kraken's like bite and acid. But it's really just towards the bottom of the ship. The ones on the side, for the most part, are intact. And if anything, the ship is probably going to be like significantly faster now. Outside of that, the hull, for the most part, is intact. A few of the like gravity runes, or the anti-gravity runes, have been destroyed. So you know the ship can start to take off. You don't know how stable or safe it is to fly.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Lift off. Or ask Solonor. He probably knows.
I mean, I'm down to test it first. See how bad it is.
Awesome.
Because
Maybe
then
after.
afterwards we can reattach the dark iron blading, which hopefully brings up a couple of extra pieces that sank to the bottom.
What?
I mean, that's what every time we fly, we drop that plating into the ocean.
I get that. How does it get back on, though? I guess
Magic.
I never asked.
Never. I just sit. We bring the ship down and.
Cool.
I assume it's runes. I don't know.
I definitely don't know.
It's runes. Now, basically, it's like a paired enchantment where each panel has like an interfacing, like runic key associated with like the bottom of the ship's hull or the side of the ship's hull. So it's not like these things are like interchangeable. It's like
It goes once.
a little thumbprint for each panel, and there's probably about like 200 of them.
Who
Oh. Okay.
who did all runes?
I think
Whoa.
it might have been Faraday. I'm not positive.
Oh, dude. He doesn't like runes.
So yeah, I fly back to the deck. So give everybody a status report about the ship. I'm just gonna need some time to like do some diagnostic tests. If you guys wanna, I don't know, relax, get something to eat.
They just kind of look at each other.
Maybe just don't be on the deck right now, since who knows what's gonna happen.
Quick question. Is this something we could do on the move?
Well, I'm gonna start off flying just to see how stable the ship is, and then sit it back down. And so I'm not gonna fly us forward because I need to reattach the dark iron plating.
Cool.
So no, I don't think so.
Cool.
And the runes, we dropped them, and they're in the ocean now.
The runes are on the metal, which is in the ocean.
Yeah, the plating we drop, which is also in the ocean right now.
Do we need to like recollect those?
And that's what the runes are for.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't physically have to do any of it.
Okay.
Clock
Magic,
does all the
magic's it.
magic.
Got it.
And honestly, the ship does all the magic for me. I just tell him.
That's right. That weird boat lady does it all.
So I will try and see how well the ship flies, and it's just like a really like slow approach. Like I will only like a foot or so at a time,
Okay.
just to see how stable things are.
Give me an Arcana check, and take advantage because you'll notice that as you do, you watch as Leland kind of steps up to you, and his eyes kind of grow kind of like dark and like roll back in the back of his head, and he looks up and holds his palms up, and he's also going to cast Commune with Clockwork and assist you.
Leland. Okay. This guy's creepy. What's going on? 18.
Okay. So with that, you get the ship up about 10 feet, and you notice it is starting to tilt to the port side. And it's tilting, and it's tilting, and it's beginning to move now towards the south as it's like tilting and tilting and tilting. You get to a point where like one of the like tables with a chessboard just starts to like slides a little bit, slides a little bit. So, what are you
Yep.
doing?
Let's sit that back down.
Okay. As you try to go back down, you hit the water almost diagonally, and then just like rock back, and the table like flips over. One of the goblins goes overboard. You all kind of just like have to brace yourself, and Leland just looks at you and nods and just goes, "Well, I guess that's what diagnostics are for." And he turns around and just begins shouting at the crew, and you notice there's a knife in his back.
Um, I look around, kind of like a little look at the camera, see if anybody notices anything.
No one seems to see it.
I'm not gonna say anything. Okay, so I go up to the rest of the crew, or I presume Cass and Varric and Shar are around.
Yeah, I'm just hanging on tight to something on the deck.
Yeah, does anyone else see this knife in Leland's back?
Are you asking me or?
Oh yeah, I was asking Alex.
Um, nope.
Cool. That's it.
So the icebreaker is broken.
Like we're
Can't
gonna
fly it.
sink? Okay, can't fly.
No, it won't sink. Oh, speaking of, we're able to, is the dark iron able to reattach as we go back to regular ship procedures? I mean,
Yeah.
like some of it. Okay.
Yeah, as you attempt to reattach the dark iron, yeah, it you feel it like impact with the ship.
Yep. So dark iron's mostly back on. Some of it still was dissolved. And we can't fly anymore. Yeah, some of those runes really balance things out, so now we just tilt. Yeah, I mean, you felt it, you saw it.
Yeah, can't you make little runes?
You know, I'm not really a rune gal myself, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, I guess we could just ask Solanor how he did it while I mean, we could just keep traveling for now. I guess we'll just ship it, like as an actual ship.
Boat times.
Yeah,
Weren't
boat
we
time.
planning on shipping the entire
Yeah.
way anyways?
Yep.
So,
Yeah,
great.
There's no quick escape for us anymore.
so let's
Ah,
get out on the ocean.
I mean, we are
I mean, let's continue.
on the ocean. Also, I think Leland can steer the ship now. I don't know when he learned that, but also he had a knife in his back. I didn't tell him about it because I was kind of surprised about like clockwork stuff that he was doing. He's a very mysterious guy. So
I
We
mean,
could maybe tell him.
yeah.
I mean, it didn't seem to bother him honestly. So I don't. He'll probably
Right.
notice it when he showers or something. I don't know.
Okay. So, are we there yet?
So with that, you want to swing around. Um, I mean, I guess you have a choice. So traveling to the south, your options are going through the Frost Fingers or taking a wide route around Nindril.
What's the safest?
Hmm.
It's a topic of much debate.
Sounds like
Um,
cross fingers.
you notice a lot of the crew are a little wary about traveling through the Frost Fingers because that's like pirating superhighway.
Mm.
And especially given your ship doesn't have the ability to fly and you'll be on open water, um, there is a decent chance of just like the inconvenience of having to blast through a couple pirating crews. With that, most of the crew is kind of like they're kind of talking about it, and you kind of overhear some of them. You hear a general consensus that also, like, if you get stopped even once by a pirating ship, like, even if you just blast through them, it's going to slow you down. And that it'd be much faster to just hit the open waters and go around Nindril. You notice Leland is very uncomfortable with that idea.
He's uncomfortable going around Nindril.
As soon as it's mentioned, you almost see him kind of like flinch.
Maybe it's the knife in his back.
True. Which at this point, you notice he's got a knife in his back.
Can I pull Leland aside with the rest of the captains? Hi, Leland.
Yes, Captain?
You seem a little perturbed by the way the crew wants to go around instead of through. Why?
Well, Nindril is bad business. And it's bad luck.
Wait. That's way too vague.
I
Well,
believe
it's,
him.
I don't say I didn't believe
he
him.
just
I
like
said,
he just points at Cass. It was like,
If Leland says not to go somewhere on the sea, I think we shouldn't.
first, I didn't say I disagreed. I was just looking for a little bit more
Just
in the
wants a little
explanation
more
department.
data.
this is
I asked that little invisible dude with the books.
Oh. Leopold.
Yeah, that's his name.
I mean, Leland will probably tell us, right? Leland? What's bad business?
you just the thought of it gives me a funny feeling in my prostate.
So a divine thing.
Yes, I mean, Nindril's home of a sea god, and she'll probably want her tribute.
Just what tribute? What's a standard tribute?
I don't know. because the thought of going has always given me pain in my prostate.
You know, you might also want to get that checked out, anyways. Just,
Yeah.
you know. But
He looks like deep into your eyes and then just says, "What's the matter? Are you afraid of looking into the future?"
if you're asking me to look at your prostate, the answer is yes. I'm afraid.
Wise man.
I give him a slap on the back right next to the knife.
He
Alright,
goes,
Leland.
"Ooh, that's tender."
Yeah. You might go see a doctor. Again.
For multiple reasons.
He looks at you and just says, "You don't provide health care," and the one cleric had left.
Yeah, we're...
But I know what you mean, Captain. You all want to parley alone. And he just nods and says, "Don't mind me," and turns. Walks away.
I mean, do we trust his prostate or the crew?
I mean, I kind of trust his prostate.
Are we willing to make a sacrifice?
Mm,
We don't know what it is, though.
Exactly.
What? I mean, there's probably a record.
Sorry, I froze.
I mean, if
I
there
don't know.
is a sea god, sea goddess or whatever, somebody has to have dealt with her.
You feel a tugging at your shoulder.
Me?
Sandara.
Oh.
Oh, yes. Sorry, Leopold. Yes, go for it.
Sorry, I really don't want to interrupt, but
No,
I
no,
want to say something so interesting.
you can talk. You can show yourself and talk out loud. That's your prerogative.
There's this little,
Yeah, guys. Leopold
like,
has something to say.
there's this little like puff of like blue smoke, and Leopold is sitting there with like this huge like thick bordered book that's like flipped to like a middle area as he's like using his glasses are kind of like resting at the edge of his nose, and he's kind of like using his fingers like reading along. And just goes, Nindrel is actually home of a, well, I suppose it's a cult, but, you know, what's the difference between a religion and a cult, really? To the sea goddess Umberlee. So I think that is probably what Leland's referring to. There's a lot of really interesting lore about that I will spare you, because I know, because Varric's here, you know, he doesn't want to hear it. So, anyways, at the risk of anyone here learning anything, you know, I'll just say I don't really know what he, you know, our anatomy is different. I don't have genitals. So I don't get any particular feeling about going through Nindrel. I don't see why you know, you would have any encounter with a sea goddess per se. It sounds kind of more like non-scientific sailor mumbo jumbo to me.
If we were going to run into a sea goddess, what kind of tribute would they require?
Well, you know, this is getting into almost a philosophical question because, you know, what are gods really? They're the manifestation of ideals.
Yeah, cool. I mean, like, in the lore of this goddess, what kind of tribute does she usually require?
Is she the goddess of, like, deadly storms, or the goddess of safe passages, or, like, peaceful rain, or, like, deadly thunderstorms? What's her whole...
Or just
Like, what's her general deal?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
The latter, and the latter.
Forgot what I said.
Well, you were like good thing, bad thing.
Okay,
Good
bad.
thing, bad thing. It's very much the bad. Yeah, she more embodies like wrath and rage, and beauty, but in like a wrathful way.
Okay.
Okay.
I think there's also a component of trickery and deceit, but mostly wrath.
Well, a god would never trick us. We're smarter than that.
So, anyways, you know, I don't think you would actually, encounter like a metaphysical manifestation of this deity. But her followers, that's a very different story. And, by the little bits that I get, a lot of like blood sacrifice,
Mm.
taking people's children and then like indoctrinating them into their cult. And then just like worship of like other ancient like beings associated with Umberlee.
Maybe we could dress up the goblins as children.
Okay. Well, I'm also killing that.
Wow.
That's too far. They're already children.
I apologize for foiling your plan to let the children on the boat. I'm now kind of regretting it.
Yeah, we could have given them children.
Sure.
Perfectly good blood sacrifice.
Why isn't
So much better.
Why
than
isn't Sean been
sympathy.
with us for this whole time?
Uh,
Ridiculous person here. I mean, I guess the ice thing is probably safer if we're believing in sea goddesses.
yeah, I mean, like, do we want to deal potentially? Okay, do we want to very, very likely deal with pirates, or do we want to possibly deal with a cult?
Well, I feel like we have more pirate experience than we
Hold-
do.
Hold on.
I feel like we've
You-
got a lot of cult experience too.
Do you not believe that the goddess is real?
I never said
Oh,
that.
me?
No, Varric.
I believe. I believe. I believe in God.
Okay.
Do you believe in God?
I think I kind of have to. It would be weird if I didn't at this point.
Because the traveler?
Well, yeah, he's a god.
Nah.
It's not about. All right, we're not getting into this. I'm not gonna.
You hear one of the crewmates just pipe up and just goes, "I'm an atheist."
Oh,
I'm
are
sorry.
you captain?
No, I just thought.
Shut up then. Captain meeting.
Is this a faceless crew member?
You've never seen this guy.
Cool.
Okay. Hey, can we don't need this guy on
Yeah,
our ship.
As soon as he piped up and Varric asked him if he's captain, you watch as this half orc like comes up like just shocked and just like smacks him in the shoulder and is like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And like, pulls him aside,
Cool. Okay. Cool.
and then he just kind of like nods and like holds his hand up.
Mm.
You guys are good.
I'm remembering that guy's face. Anybody that's stupid enough to be an atheist doesn't deserve to be on this ship. So we're
Gods are the concept.
I mean, so the question is, do we want to deal with a god and/or cultists, or do we want to deal with pirates and/or pirates?
I mean, I'm
I kind of vote
kind of
cultist.
agnostic myself, but I don't know. That Leland guy's kind of creeping me out.
Would you like
What
to
is-
meet the traveler?
I think
He
she
is a
meant
god.
she's agnostic to the idea of either one.
Okay.
No, like religiously agnostic.
Oh, never mind. She's agnostic.
Yeah.
I think that's
And
acceptable.
no, thank you. I'm good. So yeah, it's gonna be pirates for me.
I
Um,
vote pirates as well.
Yeah.
I mean, Varric, I'll say you actually grew up in one of the islands of the Frost Fingers. It is, and it's generally pretty unsafe to travel through there. The other thing is like the Frost Fingers. That's like the stomping grounds of Elhorn. So it's like guys like him are like rising and falling all the time.
Mm, I don't know.
I vote Nindral.
I vote
You just
neutral.
want to. You guys just want to be a god.
I mean, what is a god? Just a very powerful being. I mean, we deal with that stuff all the time.
I think most likely we get safe passage. Nothing's gonna happen, and if something does happen, we can bargain with it. We can make sacrifice to a god. We can.
Yeah, you were already talking with a sea god. Fair.
You made a bargain with a dark, evil sea god. We can be friends
First of all,
with a good
didn't
one.
make a deal. I killed a giant monster and got a fucking weird trident out of its eye. Not a deal. Just happened.
Well.
I did make a deal with a witch though. But a witch isn't a god. I say, fuck. Let's fucking fuck the god. Let's do it.
3 to 1.
Sorry.
We're going Nindral.
Neutral.
Sorry, Cha.
That's all good. Nindral it is.
Okay. So with that, you announce that to the crew, and everyone looks like pretty relieved. And Leland just like turns, looks towards you, gives you like a little blank stare for a second, nods, and then just says, just starts like shouting at the crew, "Pick up those lines!" and like gets the ship in order.
He's a really good first mate.
We're terrible captains.
We're not good at
I
this.
think.
We're not.
This is like the first ship I've ever sailed on. I don't even know what the heck he's saying.
Wait, what lines do we even have on the ship now that I think about it?
We have sails, right?
Now the ship does not have sails.
I think, yeah. I don't think it's
Oh, I
powered.
totally
Sorry.
Okay, well,
I mean, rope. The rope is helpful on the ocean in general, so I don't know.
So
You needed to get.
if we lose power with you, if the ship, right, like we're just dead in the water.
No, you got Leland now. He freaking helped me with the flying, so I'm pretty sure he could power it. Maybe.
No, I mean like if we lose the power altogether.
Oh, like if we lose the arcane battery.
We're dead in the
Yes,
water.
probably.
Nice.
I mean, yeah, then you got to put some sails out.
Yeah, we need.
But I think the
sails.
ship might be too heavy without. I don't know.
With that,
Um,
Leland just like casually walks by you and says this without stopping. As he walks by you, Sandara, he says, "Young lady, I've seen quite a lot of terrifying things, but nothing like looking into the soul of this ship." And he just, like, as he walks by you, he's like, now you can almost not even hear him finishing this as he just, like, mumbles to himself. And you hear something about him just being like, scattered souls in the bowels of a monster.
I don't know what that's just the vibe of the ship. I don't know what he wants me to say.
You get the sense
I
that
guess
he's
he doesn't
referring
want to say
to.
anything.
You get the sense he's referring to like him communing with the ship at some point, seeing Bev and her general like existence, and being like, "That's
Not a
fucked up."
fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Figure that out sometime. Okay, I'm going to try and figure out the rune stuff on the way, unless we got other things cooking, guys. Also, how's Nick doing? He's still like stable and not dying?
He is unconscious, propped up in a chair, like Weekend at Bernie style, as another crewmate is sitting there drinking tea, like just every once in a while, like checking to see if he's breathing.
Nice. Like, mirror under the nose check or like,
Like mirror under the nose check.
cool.
Except it's not a mirror, it's a knife.
Even cooler.
Did we lose any crew members?
Just ones that don't matter.
You lost
I mean, the
8.
goblins. Were they all goblins?
Oddly enough, you only lost 5 goblins and 8 regular crewmates.
Whoa.
Oh,
Jeez.
that's,
Not cool.
I feel
We
like
sound
that's
fucked
not
up to
good
say the
for-
goblins and then regular crewmates, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I feel like that's not cool for morale,
Oh.
but
Let's say you lost 5 goblins and you lost 8 paid crewmates.
Hey, that's what I call a budget cut.
That's not good from one fight from mediocre.
yeah.
How many
I'll
crew
go-
members do we have left?
You are currently rocking with 10, which is really a bit of a skeleton crew.
Are we still near Langston? We
You are.
put out some wanted ad.
You could.
I don't know. I'm not a captain. I'm just a fucking dude on a ship that can fly, but not right now, apparently.
Leland also just kind of just goes, you could replace our losses in frost fingers.
It's a lot.
Do we know that Varric is from Frostfingers? Varric, have you ever mentioned that?
I don't know if Sandara would make the connection at all. I think Cass would know.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, yes, we could restock on crewmate, and it's a lot safer, and we're a lot more unknown in the Frostfingers. But that's like almost guaranteeing a pirate fight.
Hmm.
Also, Leland, are you just saying that because you don't want to sell to Nindril?
Of course.
My prostate is screaming right now.
Do you have problems peeing or?
Never heard of her.
Okay.
Never heard of
Um,
peeing or problems with. You know what? Never mind.
Because we could also what Shar said, we don't even have to dock in Langston. We could just, I mean, there's teleportation sigils in there, and we know people there.
Leland just goes, oh, so then you'll be handling the recruiting this time around.
Oh, you can't come on
Which
land.
which gang do you think that you'd hire from then?
I think
Well, I was
we
gonna
all
just
like-
take you, and I forgot you can't come on land.
Would you go with the Lampblacks, the Vultures, Rust Alley Whalers, the Ghosts? Do you know if we need ropers, sailors, squabblers, pickers? Or do you reckon we just get one of each then,
I
Captain?
don't even know what that last one was. Some of those made sense.
I think sometimes he just makes things up.
Every crewmate that I have allowed into our crew has been thoroughly vetted, except for that guy. He's a friend of my niece.
Mm.
Is that the guy who stopped in the middle of our conversation?
Yeah.
You know, this is feeling a little bit like a lecture, so I'm just gonna stop talking about it. And I
Hey,
slowly back
You don't
away.
have to explain. You're the captain. I'm not. You just tell me what to do.
I mean, sometimes you tell us what to do. It seems
My
like-
recommendation, if anyone cares, is that in all reality, we can run on a skeleton crew until we get back to New Callum, where I've got my contacts.
I'm fine with that. Does anybody else have an
Yeah.
opinion?
Yeah. Sounds good to me. I like
I mean,
skeleton.
first time we ran the ship, there was 4 of us, so
As long as we don't lose any more crewmates to a blood sacrifice, we should be fine.
We just
Do
need to
goblins
sail.
count? Crewmates.
All right, to Nindril then.
Well, okay, so we just need to sail to our point. We get off the ship, and then, hey, you know how to fly the ship, so you can drop the trow and fly back for repairs or stuff, right? We don't,
What?
because we're gonna be gone. We're gonna be in Koza or in, you know. So we don't need a
Ship
ship to
doesn't
just.
fly.
Yes, it does. It just flies uneven because the plates are all messed up. You just drop them where we get off, and then go
No,
to
no,
the
it
mountain.
flies uneven because the runes are messed up.
Point to
not 'cause
Varric and nod.
Not because the plates are uneven.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Oh, I kind of said ducks there. That sucks. Okay.
I, for one, think it'll be a nice change to be out on the open water.
I mean, you're not wrong.
So where the fuck are we going?
We're
You
going
all made the
around
decision to go to
Ninja.
Nindro.
Nindral. Okay.
With that, Leland just like says, "Well, Captain, would you mind giving us a head start?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's do it. Be immune.
Okay. You can clockwork, get the things moving. There is quite a lot of machinery on the ship that does require a crew to manage and maintain. But just things like starting, stopping is what you need to be there for. So
Does
that
it help if I? Does it help if I stick around and focus on the ship?
not really, because you can control the mechanical parts, but a lot of it you actually need someone to like get up in like areas and like maintain like moving pieces.
Okay, sweet.
Okay, so with that, you begin making your way to the east around Nindral.
How long is
And
it gonna take us to get to Nindral?
Probably about half a day.
A long rest in the meanwhile.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get a long rest going.
Thank the Lord Jesus.
Can I send a message to Solinor before our long rest?
You can.
Any chance you could meet me on the icebreaker? We damaged it badly, and I need some help with repairs.
After a pause, you get a message back as he says, "If the icebreaker is that damaged, I'm afraid I would need my workshop, which is no longer operational. Also, I am in the Serpent Lord's shrine currently and unable to leave."
What you doing there?
You're sending them there. Sending.
Yeah.
I'm investigating the events that led to Alexi's defeat.
Ooh. Oh man, dang! I want to know about that so bad. All right, guys. Sonar can't help fix the ship. We're not
Cool.
flying anytime soon. And I'm gonna go get food before long resting, or I guess while long resting.
Yeah, post long restage. Am I still -1? Or am I back to 100?
After this long rest, you'll be back to normal.
Gross.
Before the long rest, Cass is gonna check in on Telerast, his homunculus. That's on the Traveler, just to see if he's on the same plane.
Okay. So I'm sorry. What is this?
So the little creature that I made,
Mm-hmm.
I can have like a psychic link with it anytime it's anywhere on the same plane of existence. And we can like instantly share information, everything that it knows with me.
Okay.
So I'm just checking to see if it's here.
If the homunculus is, or if the traveler is.
Ideally, they're together,
Okay.
but I'm checking in on the homunculus.
Yes, is the answer.
I will have it share everything that it has seen and experienced with the traveler with me instantly, according to the text. I've had it travel with it to keep its eye
What is
and
this
ear
from?
out. Create homunculus. If you look up the homunculus creature stat block, he's my little spy.
Okay. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Yep. Okay. That's really good. I think. Yep. 21.
You missed it by 1.
Fuck. The power. The knowledge.
Do you have anything you can add to a save?
No. I can't inspiration myself. Nope.
Okay. I need you to roll a d8 for me.
7.
Okay. So you take 37 points of psychic damage as you watch. As does that bring you to 0?
Almost.
Okay. As you watch because this information hits your mind all at the same time, the homunculus has been careening through time and space and through different possibilities. You've seen worlds that you didn't even think existed. I'm talking like entire realities completely um, um, made up of like bestial beings, where you see like some things that are like tabaxi, but then other things that are like rakshasa, like reptilian creatures, things like that. With the traveler having like kind of intimate, like in-depth interactions with like certain individuals, like here or there, and it's too much to absorb in like an instant, let alone if you had like months to even try to digest like what it is you're witnessing.
Yeah.
But it's literally just like hundreds of lifetimes that have just like completely wrecked your hippocampus.
Psychic brain freeze. Love it.
Yeah, I'll say give me an intelligence check to see how much you can absorb.
Stupid kid. Come on. Yo. Okay. My intelligence is not that. 14.
14. As you watch, as basically it almost looks like there is this individual that you are following that is almost just like constantly late and like trying to make it like checkpoint to checkpoint to checkpoint, just to make like one tiny, like imperceptible, like domino fall. like, and sometimes it's like quite literally as simple as like moving a chair, making a sound, something like that. But it's like there's always just like a billion tasks to do and not enough time. What is Cass trying to focus on as all this floods into his mind? Like, what do you want? If you could learn one thing, what would you want to know? Like, what are you looking at?
Okay. Okay, tell me if this is too much. As he gets brain blasted with all of this and sees all of this and is overwhelmed by it, but then tries to figure out a pattern. Like, why is he doing all of these little things? Like, what is it? I don't know that I would. Yeah, he's looking for a pattern.
The pattern that you're noticing is specifically that there is no pattern.
So he's just creating chaos everywhere he goes.
It's not even chaos. It's literally almost like it has to be insignificant. Like it's it's completely nonsensical. It's not chaotic. He's not like going to places and like shooting shit up or anything like that. It's literally like walking into a bar, watching someone order a drink, like taking a napkin, flipping it face down, and like walking away, and being late to the next drop off, where you're now like in the future, or you're watching like vehicles roll by, and you're like walking to a farm, and like having a conversation with a child that like seems just like small talk, and then walking away again, and then going to like a funeral, and then just like being in the background as like a shootout breaks out, and like trying not to get shot and making your way away. It's just like you there is no pattern.
Yeah.
And like the events are quite literally like we're even going to places where like you don't understand the languages that are being spoken, and it's with like I'm talking like Stone Age technology with like literally like stone tools and bone, where like there are like this tribe of tabaxi that are making like runes to the traveler, where they interpret like his like the cowboy hat that he wears as like a vertebrae, and they're like carving out like bones of birds to like make it look like it's the hat, and that's like their sign for him. And they're like wearing like this bone mantle on their head that is like an approximation of like a almost like a very primitive like perspective of what like a cowboy hat would look like. So it's completely, there is no pattern whatsoever, other than he's always like in a rush, and it never stops.
Yeah. Cat.
If anything, I'd say it might provide some context as to his interactions with you, where like you always almost feel like he leaves right as like maybe you're starting to understand something, but it's literally like I'd say the one thing you notice is he sticks around until like he gets like whatever happens, and he's out of there like immediately. So it's like he goes fast to go slow.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Cass lifts his head up from the table in the captain's quarters, almost unconscious, and sips on his wine. Just
I will say,
feeling
as you
the-
take a sip of the wine, you immediately spit it out and start coughing up. You don't know how, but you feel like you have been screaming at the top of your lungs for like 7 days straight, and you are silenced. You cannot speak.
All right. Well, this is a problem for the morning. I don't really need to talk. Is Dunsparrow in the room?
Would she have been as you did this?
No, it depends on how long I was out for.
Let's see. Let me roll. So, I will say Dunsparrow is actually going to be the one that like shakes you awake.
Yeah, okay. I try to talk to her. Figure out I'm silenced.
She is going to attempt to cast a Cure Wounds on you and heal you for 17.
Okay.
There's no change. You're still silenced. She's going to attempt a Greater Restoration.
Can I cast Message since it has no verbal components?
Yes, you can.
Well, if whatever you're doing doesn't work, I don't really need to talk to sleep. We can figure this out in the morning. It might be temporary.
Temporary? What happened?
I put a spy on the Traveler, and he sees too much. He does too much. And it was my first time trying to peek in. Next time I'll be prepared, though. So, next time we'll be good.
As she casts the Greater Restoration, you feel like something almost like unlock in your brain, and your voice is still like sore somehow, but you can use your voice now. It's just like you've lost your voice, but you can physically talk now.
Great. I cast Message again. Well, thanks, darling. I think I'm just not going to talk for the rest of the night.
Oh, all's well. And she'll just like pick up a book and like start reading in bed.
Yeah. I'll get to reading a book, one of her book. Hold on. I'm gonna go down and check on Vale. Last thing I'm doing. Really just quick pop in before the night, check on her, see, make sure her body's not decomposed.
So I mean, there's no reason it would be, right? I'm trying to, because this has gotten a little complicated, so I'm trying to remember. It's just like the vessel thing, right? Except you got switched.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's there.
Okay, cool. Going to bed.
Okay. So that, does anyone have anything else before they have a long rest?
Nope.
Okay. So with that, you have yourselves a long rest, and you guys can make the changes for that. And you can also make the changes as you take another level.
Very good.
Yes.
Good. Wait, is that a new spell level for you, Nora?
I don't think so. I don't know actually.
You guys don't roll.
It is for you though, Cass, right?
It's not for me. It's level. I get level 12 now as Bard. I am 2 levels behind. Oh yeah, so that would be.
No, I get a sorceress ability.
I'm going to give you guys 20 seconds to peruse that as I grab my food, and then I'll be right back. And then you guys can continue to make the changes as we move on.
Roll a d6.
Cool.
Yes.
Oh yeah, let's. I don't ever roll hit dice, but why not?
You can add your rolled HP into This
Yeah,
what's this called?
I kind of just do the average, so it gives me
Oh, that's fair.
the average.
Yeah, I've had some ones and twos. Which I mean, technically everything averages out, right?
Probably, yeah. And what are you? Well, you have like crazy
Well,
constitution.
I took
and
I
tough.
kept my constitution and I took tough.
Yeah. Oh, there's this. I need to take this. There's a new feat called musician, that gives everybody during a short or long rest a heroic inspiration.
Ooh, that's good. That's
Ooh.
good.
I'm definitely taking
Okay.
that.
So we have
And don't forget, you also get another point as well.
how many total? Okay, so we are
Should be
level.
19.
Okay, gotcha. I'm gonna update the thing.
Can you link it in the Discord?
Yes.
I have the old one. Wait, can I? Okay, so with this level up during the long rest, I got a feat. Can I use that feat during the long rest?
What feat is it?
Musician.
9.
Sure. However, I'm gonna say, anytime you use it, you have to make it narratively happen, and they're not gonna get the inspiration unless you do something narrative, however small it may be, but you have to earn it.
Wait a minute, we have 19 feet points total,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and I've only
Yeah,
used
wait.
8.
And that's
What?
you're a
Fuck.
silly man.
Wow.
Does Cass want this ring of telekinesis, by the way?
I'll take it, but I'll have to exchange you with a pearl of power. I'm full up on, or otherwise we'll just have a pearl of power floating.
I can do that. Here, steal it.
Can I just
Are we-
add feats on here? How do I do that?
Yeah, look at the feat list. See what you want. Buy it. Points, you know.
No, I get that
Does
part. I
Shar
Have a good
just
time.
get 19 off the bat?
Great.
Yes.
Dope.
Okay, I'll be right back too. I'm gonna grab a treat. Breakfast.
Oh, manage feats. Cool.
Okay.
So, so Cass, are you using this new feat of yours?
I am panicking trying to find a song, and yep.
I will say, you don't necessarily. I'm not. It doesn't necessarily have to be music.
Well, I mean, it's called musician. I'm gonna deny that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's called musician, and I think the Cass is not supposed to be a singing kind of bard. He's supposed to, be more of a musician,
Okay.
and a storyteller. But that's
Bit of a shredder.
that's boring. Also, yeah, okay, yeah. So, does it? Okay, yeah. So late night while everyone is sleeping, or is this early morning?
You can do it early morning. Like, the way I would frame this is, it doesn't have to happen during the long rest, but you basically get one use of this every long rest, and I'll say it takes at least like 10 minutes or longer to do. How's that?
I don't like this song, I think, but
To find this. 3. So it means I have 5 left.
I mean, I've got a whole playlist of.
yeah, of loot stuff, but it's not what I need. Something.
Okay, well, you find whatever you want to find and work on
Okay.
that. What is the rest of the crew doing as we begin our day here.
I think Sundar's gonna start studying the runes around the ship, realizing that there's so much about this ship that she doesn't know yet. Still.
Okay. Okay.
She probably would have
So-
taken some of the long rest to do that too.
Okay. I mean, you can do part of that. I will say, so you'll be up probably before anyone else then, right?
Yeah. She'll take her 4-hour meditation and then start doing that.
So are you on like the outside of the ship? How is this working?
I guess I don't even know where the runes are other than the ones on the outside. So she's going to start looking around for them, and then depending on what she finds, and then if she does need to go to the outside of the ship, she will, and she'll
Give
just
me-
fly.
Give me an Arcana check.
Yeah, sure. 17.
Okay. You don't find much on the inner workings of the ship. You're starting to get the sense that a lot of these runes have been like, the ship has almost been like constructed around an enchanted apparatus. That all the inner workings are now hidden by the actual construction of the ship. As you fly to outside and study the runes, you can clearly see that, like, in a way, I don't even know how to describe, like, you're starting to begin to understand the depth of Solinor's creation. Like, it almost feels disingenuous to call this thing a ship. It's almost like a living organism that's been made up of, like, tiny, like, enchanted, like, binary components. It's almost like he's built a computer. Like, where he's taken, like, simple connections and parts, but then has just, like, interweaved them in an almost infinitely complex way to create, like, a larger, like, organism that can almost, like, think for itself. So that's about what you get with that. As you're out there, you notice that, like, almost a little too suddenly, a very heavy fog begins to roll in.
Fly onto the ship. Is Leland, Nick, or Danny around? Do
Nope.
we have like a ship alarm?
There's that one annoying crewmate who's, like, supposed to be keeping
No.
watch.
No, I don't.
He just kind of, like, is, like, specifically trying to avoid eye contact with you.
Is he keeping watch? Does he look like he's paying attention at all? That's something I want to know.
So funnily enough, his gaze is fixed. He's wide awake and he's staring incredulously at a single thing.
Can I follow his line of sight to see what he's looking at? Is it the fog?
It is the fog. Give me a perception check.
Good. 15.
You follow his line of sight and there's nothing there, but he's like, he keeps staring like he sees something.
All right. I will cast Minor Illusion, which creates like a shouting volume, very loud shout, and all right, everyone, up and at 'em. Sketchy stuff happening on the horizon.
Okay. With that, the crew is alerted. All of you can
Well, you know what?
get up and start your day. I will say, everyone that's getting up, you are going to have a negative D4 on your first attack roll, ability check, or saving throw because you haven't had a full night's rest. So you get your full long rest, but you are at for your first check, you get a negative D4.
Okay.
We're going to call it the groggy debuff. So, Sundar makes that noise. Everyone gets up. Leland walks out looking like a little bit like uncomfortable.
Prostate's real tight right now. Tight, tight, tight.
He goes, "No, it's my back. I slept on it wrong." And he just like stretches.
Is there still a knife in his back?
Yes, there is.
I will take the knife out of his back.
Wow.
Leland, there's a knife in your back.
He goes, that explains why it was so warm. You pull the knife out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm just going to do
as
like
you
a
do-
quick 1-2.
Okay. As you do, there's this like sucking sound of air.
Ugh. A lung? You got a lung punctured?
I'm going to slap a piece of saran wrap on that.
Like that magic tape with the water.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he seems fine.
You
Okay.
really got to do like a body inspection after a battle like that, Leland, you know? Just like check for ticks, check for knives.
Right, I always do, and I did, but I can't check my back.
Why not? There's
I-
mirrors.
The last cleric I saw told me that I was starting to get arthritis of the neck.
Oh. Okay.
Makes
Gotta
it
get
harder
you
to
some-
check the back.
Really got to get this guy some health care. You're only 30.
He's only 30?
Yeah, he said that once.
I'm a
Okay.
sailor's 30.
Do they count time different?
So what
On
did you
sea?
call us up here for?
Oh, look at that wall of fog. Doesn't that look suspicious? Also, something's weird with your niece's friend. He's just staring into it.
Hey, Disco.
His name's Disco?
Yes, his name's Disco.
Lame name.
He kind of walks over and he just goes, "What is it, boy?" And he's just staring. He just like points. And he just goes, "Do you see that? Or am I crazy?"
I try and look again. Does anybody else
I mean, you
see
look, there's nothing there.
I look at Leland to see if he sees anything.
And he looks at you and just says, "I basically operate solely on sound these days."
Okay. Cass, is Cass around? I go to the captain's quarter and start knocking on his door.
You see him before you get to the captain's quarters. Him, potentially Dunsborough as well, are setting up
Yep.
a bunch of musical instruments.
Oh, we're doing like a... Well, before we do
actually,
that...
just a drum kit.
Oh, that's new. Okay, before we talk about this, can you, with your telescope,
Telescope, look at things.
the
Sure.
fog?
The fog.
Your voice sounds terrible.
Oh, thank you.
Are you sick? Are you getting sick?
Rough night. Wild night, I should say.
And Sparrow looks at you and winks.
Whoa!
Exactly.
Okay, alright, we don't need him.
Nice.
Got it, okay.
I'll pull out my identifying telescope and identify the fog.
Okay, what are you trying to do?
I would just look through my pirate mono. What are those things called?
Spyglass?
Is it,
The
Oh,
spyglass? Yeah.
spyglass. Nice, yeah.
Okay, this isn't it's not a magical spyglass, right?
It is, but not for like.
Not for this.
vision.
Not in this way.
Yeah.
Because Reyna had a device that was literally
Yeah,
for this
it's
exact
not for
purpose.
this, yeah.
Okay, just give me a perception check. I'll say you would minus a d4, but you're adding a d4 because you're using the spyglass, so it cancels out.
Got it. Okay. Not bad. Perception is a dirty 20.
Nice.
So as you stare into the fog, for the longest time you're like, there's something wrong with this kid because there's nothing there. But you see a tiny shape begin to manifest. There's something floating in the water. It looks like a piece of driftwood or something like that. And the water is not gentle right now. Like there's some waves. And atop that piece of driftwood looks like a tiny little idol of like a feminine form.
We got something in the water.
Here, let me take a look.
A statue.
So he was actually seeing something. Wow. I thought he was just being weird.
Some driftwood. I hand the spyglass to Varric.
I also look in the direction. It's a spyglass.
Yeah, after having it pointed out, it's
Right there.
Yeah, it's right there.
Cool. What? So just like a chick idol?
Yeah.
Like a chick?
Yeah, it's maybe about like 3 feet tall. And as you look, I mean, at this point, people without the spyglass can actually just see it. It almost like looks like it's getting closer.
Mm.
Cool.
How
there's
close?
There's a little bowl of incense that's burning.
Mm. I really want to grab it.
I mean, I don't think you can reach it yet. Also, no, because then you're going to be cursed by another sea god. Don't touch it.
Yeah.
You guys are no fun.
That'd be like your 5th curse.
Third curse.
Third curse of the charm.
4th.
Fourth curse.
Easily.
I forgot.
So
I
maybe
almost
your
tried to
5th.
kill you.
There's the sword. Yeah. Sonara's like hand on shoulder. Please don't touch anything.
Ah, I need it.
I told Sarah we'd keep an eye on you. Okay, just chill.
Okay. Somebody else grab it. Cass.
We're not grabbing it.
Grab
we
it.
should not
No.
grab it.
We're gonna float right on past that Varric. Don't. Sometimes.
Maybe we should light some incense and put it in the bowl as well.
It's 100% cursed.
You don't have to touch it. Just light some incense, put it in the bowl.
Oh, let me grab my incense
At this
pack.
point,
Well,
it's
You
like
guys
Should
are
make an offering.
it's
first
getting
of all,
right up to the ship.
Mage, you should have incense, okay? Get
Hey,
your shit
incense
together.
for.
Does it hit the
We should
ship?
throw a goblin overboard.
Goblin overboard.
Shard, do that.
Cass uses detect magic.
Cast.
Yeah.
The idol, it's nothing on the with detect magic. Nothing on the well, it's actually untrue. So there's a bowl
Mm-hmm.
of or what looks like a little like treasure chest, like a really small one that specifically has 3 magical items in it. There is a ring, there is something that looks like a dagger, and something that looks like a piece of cloth. There is also a general like magical aura around the entirety of the shrine itself, but no single object other than the 3 magical objects in the chest are magical.
Yes.
Well, this feels like the goddess is baiting us, and
What do we?
you know, there was some old proverb or saying or something I remember, like beware gods bearing gifts or something like that. There's magic objects in there. I'm not touching this.
Oh wait,
It's like at the ship, like it bumped against the ship.
do we give magic items to it?
It's filled with magic items already.
Like a tribute? Is this the tribute? Instead of throwing goblins, do we just give it something?
We got magic items, plenty to
We
spare.
got a lot of magic items. Because I agree. I don't think we should take them. That seems very
I
suspicious.
agree.
I
Thank you,
throw
Varric.
down the hole in the middle of the deck, and all right, you guys pick the magic items you want to get rid of, and I go back to finish setting up.
How many do we throw? Anybody know?
We have gauntlets. We should get rid of those.
We have a rat hat,
Char-
hat of vermin.
Char, who
What
is
does that do?
holding a goblin overboard over the edge of the ship, just kind of slowly starts backing away. So we're not doing the goblin thing. Okay, all right. You guys are the experts.
We don't
I
have
mean,
to.
you
I say
can
go.
still do the goblin thing. We won't be upset, really, if you
Char
do.
drops a goblin.
Whoa.
Can't hurt.
I throw the hat of vermin in there.
Char, so what do you do? You take the goblin and what do you do with it?
I'm just throwing him overboard.
At the
You throw the goblin overboard, and you watch as Briggs looks at you with just like this, like, and like looks at the rest of his goblins, and then just like kind of shrugs. With that, you watch as the goblin is just like swearing at you in goblin. As soon as you like pick it up, you just hear it just be like, "Hey, hey, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you," and you drop it in the water. He says, "Oh, hey, you son of a bitch, fuck you, fuck you," and it's like flying at the sides of the ship. That happens for about like 5 seconds, and then something just like pulls him under.
whoa.
Okay.
Maybe do the magic item in the bowl in the box.
And with that, you watch as the incense begins to burn red, and dark clouds begin to congregate over your ship. And there's this like brief like light drizzle that starts, and then a heavy storm begins to pick up.
Shit. Wrong choice.
He wasn't happy. Oh no.
Oh, boy.
Shouldn't like our sacrifice.
At one point, Cass and Dunsparrow, I need a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Lightning.
16. 23.
Okay. So you'll take 13 points of lightning damage.
Nice.
Dunsparrow will as well. And it will wreck the drum kit.
No!
I will
Good thing actually
say-
recorded all the sounds and you apologized already. Ha, ha,
I
ha.
will say, if you want, you can take all the damage and save the drum kit.
Yep.
Okay.
Give it.
Wow.
Give it.
Puts his body in between.
So that's a 26
I
total.
would never do that for a person.
He'd do it for me.
Um,
Not well.
Well, I'd do it for you, dude.
and then
Harsh.
with that, the lightning begins to get more frequent. And Shar, a huge lightning bolt just shoots down and hits right at your feet. And you see the wood shatter, and you feel like there's going to be an explosion right in front of you. And it stops. And suspended midair, there is a bolt of lightning right in front of you.
I take a few steps back.
Smart.
Oh, Bean is getting into stuff.
You got on my side.
I thought the goblin sacrifice was totally gonna work.
Alice,
Yeah, me
I
too.
finally
I-
decided
Could have gone with the kid.
Should
Should've got the
Okay.
kids.
have kidnapped some children.
So, again, you're all just sitting here staring. There is like this suspended in time lightning bolt that is at the edge of the ship.
Oh, it froze for all of us.
Yeah.
I thought this was just a Shar like cutscene.
And the storm is
Man.
slowly beginning to die down.
I feel like we should just stand real still.
Someone gonna talk to it, or do I gotta walk over there?
Well, I mean, I'll talk to it. Hello, goddess of angry waves and stuff.
Umberly,
What was that?
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Umberly?
Obviously, we come and we want to offer you tribute. Unsure of what you want. Apparently not goblins.
Our finest crew member, he
Well,
means.
There's no response. The storm is dying down, and you watch as that like suspended lightning bolt is like slowly beginning to lose some of the vibrant light. Like it's gently fading a little bit.
Man, I really want to touch it, but I know that I should not.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
I stand next to Bear. Don't touch it either. Don't touch it
Can
either.
I look?
We're not
Can
gonna
I look?
touch it.
Did the incense change color again? Is it still red?
It's red. It's slowly changing back to like it's becoming lighter. Shar, there is something you feel this pull, like all the hairs on your body are just like standing up, and you feel like this charge that's kind of like pulling you towards that lightning bolt a little bit.
Oh god. I want to touch it.
Okay.
Do it.
Yeah, totally.
So Shar reaches forward. You watch as she like begins to wrap her hand around it, and like just like a thief, like perfectly gets her fingers all the way around the lightning bolt without touching it, and just like holds it there for a second, and then kind of looks back, and then all at once just like grips it. And with that, that's when you hear the impact, and that's when you see the explosion and some shattered planks on the ship. And for a second, you watch as Shar's eyes just light up with blue energy. So you have now gained the ability, Blessing of the Storm. So this is an indefinite effect. Once per day, when you make a hit with a melee or weapon attack or a spell attack, you can invoke the Storm's Wrath and add 2d8 to the damage, and that'll be lightning damage.
Wait, what's it called? Blessing of the
Blessing
Storm?
of the Storm.
And I can add 2d8 to what?
Any attack that hits.
You guys wouldn't let me touch.
And there's
it.
no limits on that?
Once per day.
Okay. Dope. You guys should have touched the lightning bolt.
Well, I didn't throw a goblin over the ship, so I feel like he probably would have killed me, honestly.
Still can. There is still that option.
We do have a lot of
I
goblins.
love Shar. Oh my god.
Smoogie was
Also, full
definitely
disclosure.
He had
Full
me at
disclosure, my favorite
kidnapping.
enemy. My favorite enemy is a goblin.
Oh, shit.
It was fate.
Okay. With that, the shrine is still knocking against the ship.
Just gonna keep going.
Just keep going. Fuck it.
Okay. As you keep going, you hear it knocking alongside the ship, and like you hear it move kind of towards like the back of the ship now, and you watch it just kind of disappear in the distance behind you. The fog continues, and it seems to only get thicker.
That's just part of the ocean, dude. Fog happens.
Cast right. Okay.
So with that, you are now you're flying blind at this point.
We got like
Flying on the ground.
instruments though, right? Like compasses and shit.
Yeah,
Plus
sailors.
Yeah.
Leland goes by
Sail and
smell or
fog.
whatever, so
Yeah,
Cool.
you can.
it's probably fine.
I'll hop in the hole because I honestly wanted the thunder and lightning storms, but not the fog. We have a spell. We have a scroll of control weather.
I used that
You used it?
in the Battle of New Callum.
Yeah, Danny, help us out here with the hat.
Oh,
Or
yeah,
Nick.
can't he?
Danny or Nick.
Someone has a hat that does that.
Nick does.
Nick has that.
Is he alive? Is he with us?
Nick is alive.
Which probably-
With that, Nick comes out and is like, I heard my name. By the way, that was a crazy fight the other day, and he like puts his arm around both Cass and Sandara, and he's like, so many memories.
How you doing, buddy? You doing okay?
You did great.
Yeah, no, I'm doing good.
You really put yourself out there. Yeah. That
Yeah.
was.
Some of the guys are saying I got knocked out. I did not get knocked out. I lost my balance.
Oh, I think I know the part that they thought you got knocked out, and yeah, I saw
Right.
it. You like
And then I
tripped.
got stabbed. I tripped.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, the bad guy tripped you. It was kind of like a sweeping.
No, nope. It was tripped.
No? You just tripped? Huh? I
Yeah.
thought I. Okay.
One of the because we got these new guys that are doing the floors now.
Mm-hmm.
And
Never mop with a wet mop. That's what they say.
never mop with a wet mop. And
Yeah.
what do?
Mop with a wet mop.
With a wet mop.
And you slipped. Got it.
I slipped.
Yeah. And never lost consciousness, and we're fine the entire time. You did great.
Exactly. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, I know. That's just it's like normal stuff for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, did you notice when I casted that spell?
Yeah, definitely. There was that one spell in particular, as a magic user, I thought was really powerful and cool.
Well, obviously it's not like your magic. You know what I
No,
mean?
no, it was
I don't really know what I'm doing,
very impressive.
but I just felt like I looked at the situation and I was just like, what does this situation need right now? You know what I mean? And
Magic.
in that moment, I don't know what it is. I just like locked in, and for the
Mhm.
first time in my life, I was just present. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like Cass was looking hurt. You were getting like knocked around, and I was just like, no. You know what I mean? Just like no more. And I just like got in that guy's way, and I said, like I don't care what happens to me, but don't hurt my friends. And
I think it deserves a promotion, honestly. Nobody else on this crew has jumped in front of me to save my life. Nick, you're at the top of the list right now in my mind.
no, I mean, look, I'm sure everyone would have done the same thing. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. That's all. So
Actually, truly, Nick, that was very impressive. Very brave.
there's no I in team, So
But there is a me. So you.
And there's an iron win.
What this guy said right here.
I should have gone to school more.
Winning.
No. Magic, you don't need school. You did great. That hat.
Yeah,
How's it,
stayed on the whole time.
do you feel
Looks dope.
any extra magic
Can we
running
use
through
it
your
for?
veins?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I don't know what it does, but I was hearing voices and stuff as soon as I put it on, and I haven't been able to take it off.
Okay, so yeah,
and
you're
with
already
that,
locked in.
he just
Locked in.
takes his hand and puts it on his hat. Takes his other hand, puts it on his hat, and just kind of like leans forward.
Nice.
And you hear him just go, "Oh, that's brisk." And with that, he is going to attempt to cast Control Weather. You watch as he begins to part the fog in front of the ship, and as he does, you see that same shrine now ahead of you.
Oh, no.
Oh,
And after about a few seconds, the fog rushes, like he's parted the fog, and like a different fog rushes in, around, and through like the part that he made, and once again obscures the shrine ahead of you.
This is one of those like temporal disturbances. We're caught in a time loop. Or are there multiple shrines? I'm asking the crew, us captains. What do we
I
think?
think
I think I would know if it was a time loop.
How?
I don't know.
There's a bunch of fog, we can't see anything, and the idol keeps coming back. So either there's multiple idols, possible, or we've been time looped.
I think I would feel it in my prostate if we were in a time loop. Trust me.
Whatever.
I think there's just like a lot of shrines floating around.
I mean, that makes
Or
the most
they like,
sense.
wait, let's look. We know the items that were in the shrine. Is it the cloth and the ring and the thing?
The cloth and ring and the dagger?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Guess who remembered this time?
You're trying to. How are you trying to do that?
Look at it.
I'll
I'm
do
just
that.
gonna wait till it gets close and look at it, yeah.
Right. Sure enough, after a brief period of time, you're knocking on the ship,
Rush over and look.
and then you hear Disco go, "Hey, captains!"
Disco.
What?
Oh, so you can't see me because of the fog, but I pointed overboard because I heard a sound
Yeah,
that
we
prompted
got
me
it.
to investigate, and then I pointed because you wouldn't believe when I would tell you what it is I saw on the side of the
Just
ship.
tell us what it is you see on this. It's more efficient if you say it as you point.
It's that statue again.
Yeah, what's in the box?
Disco.
You want me to go down there and touch it?
No. No, 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 no. Nope,
What?
nope, 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 nope. No. Barry.
I'll do it. I'll fucking do anything.
Just go stand there. And she just points to the middle of the ship. Just stand there.
His back is straight and he
Wait.
goes, "Hi, Captain."
Can
I
I
don't-
look in the at
I
the
don't trust
shrine
Disco.
and see what's there?
You want to stand in the shrine? Like,
I want to look at it. From
yeah,
the ship.
there's a closed box.
This time it's
Oh.
closed.
It was closed the whole time.
Oh, he
How do
saw
we-
magic stuff in it.
Yeah.
Is there like a? So the shrine is on like a broken piece of boat, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
It looks like the same shrine that we had seen earlier.
Mhm.
Okay.
And we have that rat hat.
Yes, we do have a rat
Can
hat.
I drop the rat hat onto the shrine? Or on the piece of boat?
Sure.
I'd like to
Make
do
a
that.
dexterity check.
-4?
A D4.
A D4, okay. Great. Great. That's cool. 8.
Okay.
Oh wait. Dexterity is a +3 now. 9.
Okay. The DC was 12. So you take the hat and like go to just like drop it off the side. As soon as you drop it, it's like kind of choppy waters. The ship hits a wave. You like lean forward, and then like overshoot, and the hat lands like behind the shrine and is like quickly beginning to like drift out to sea.
Can I mage hand it onto the shrine?
Yeah. So now you see that and like mage handed on the shrine.
Lame.
There's now a wet hat just sitting on the shrine as the shrine's still like knocking.
Yeah, well now we know if it comes back, It's if it's got the hat on,
Also,
or if it's a
maybe,
different shrine.
yeah, maybe they'll leave us
Or-
alone because
Temporal disturbance.
Cass,
Still
Yes.
my vote.
are you looking at this?
I've given up. Yes. Playing
just very
music.
good.
Yes, I'm looking. I'm interested in this thing.
As you peek over the side, I'm saying we're getting kind of towards the end of your 10-minute detect magic, or is it at will?
It's my Eldritch invocation. I got wiggly woo eyes. You know, I
Oh, just all the time?
yeah, when at will. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
So on activating that, there is now a fourth item in the chest.
Okay.
It appears to be a necklace.
It's a different thing, or is it the same items plus an additional?
The other one, the same items plus an additional.
Okay. There's another necklace in there. I think it really wants us to take them, which means we really shouldn't.
Yeah, I think maybe we're just
Or
gonna
is-
go one more round and see if
Char
It
is
comes
scaling
up
the
again.
side of the ship
To go down there.
to get in the box.
Love it.
I don't say. Sure.
I'm curious.
Char.
So as you scale down, you step foot on the shrine.
It's big enough for me to step on?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
there's room for like one person.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay, it's almost like being on a surfboard. You like land on it, and it's a little dicey for a second, but you steady yourself. Yeah, there's the hat beneath you, the box.
Char removes the hat. And can I take the whole, is a box, like, can I pick it up and bring it back up? Is it small? Is it big?
The box is pretty small. It's like a jewelry box.
Okay. I feel like it's a test. I should just take one item. Okay, Char's gonna open the box.
Okay, you open the box. As you do, you hear these faint like whispers in a language that you don't understand,
Cool. Always good.
oh, it's a good sign.
and you're kind of getting this like compulsion
Hmm?
to leave an item in the box.
Ooh.
So leave an
There's a hat
item.
there.
Is
Like
the hat
you feel like
enchanted?
The hat.
as far as you know, it seems like it is. You just feel the like, yeah, you feel like, yeah, like you just want to give a gift.
Put the hat in the
Okay.
box.
Char puts the hat in the box.
Nice.
What is this item?
Rat hat.
It's the
Vermin
rat
hat.
hat. Hat of vermin.
Oh yeah. Exactly.
kind of a rude gift.
Dude.
But then again, so is a goblin. So
Yeah. Well, this one hasn't gotten us electrocuted yet, so.
Okay. As soon as you put the hat in the box, you close the box.
yeah.
Okay. Looking down there, you see this beautiful, ornate, like platinum dagger with like a hilt made entirely of rubies. It looks very expensive. You see kind of like a gold chain necklace with some sapphire pendants that are coming off it. Looks very like exotic. You can't really place where this is. Actually, maybe. You know, this if anything, this looks like it's like a Drakmiri charm. And then there is this little like cloth that's just like got runes like etched into it. You don't know what it is. But that's what's in the box. So you put the hat in. You go to close the box. As you do, the incense begins to burn like blue now.
Hmm.
Right.
Blue good. Usually, right?
I mean,
So
red
with
wasn't
that-
bad.
With
Red
that,
was-
the incense now begins to get thicker and thicker, and it almost looks like some of the fog begins to like move towards Shar and like wrap around her, and then also like mix with the incense and turn blue. You get this faint like sense of like euphoria for a second, then like fills you and then just kind of goes away.
Wow. Char, come back.
Are you
Um,
okay down there?
Char, come back.
I will say,
We
you do get
miss you.
another blessing.
Goodness
Oh, hell
gracious.
yeah.
You guys wouldn't let me do any of this stuff.
The
So
gods don't like you, I guess, because I feel like if you did
this
this, you
is
would have been
the
cursed
the
immediately.
blessing of the deep's bounty, and this is a one-time use boon.
Ooh.
It's only one time.
Those are
So
the best.
So if you find for the first time a common magical object, you can basically use this boon to change what object it is that you find.
What?
Like something random or
Something random that's also in the same rarity class.
Dude, that's a cool boon.
Sounds like a 3D printer from a game I just played.
More like a recycler, but yeah.
Recycler.
sweet. I wonder where that extra item came from in the box. Is the box still locked?
It's never been.
Don't think about it too much.
Mm. The thief in me wants to take everything in bolt.
You just got
Char looks at the
boned.
box, then looks up at the crew, at the box, at the crew. And with
Sure.
all the willpower in her existence and being, she's going to climb back on board.
Okay. With that, the shrine is still knocking against the boat.
Hey.
Well, shit, now we don't know if it's the same one or not. Next time. If there's a next time.
Hopefully there's not.
Are you moving on?
Yes.
I didn't know we stopped.
Yeah, I feel like we've just been chugging this whole time.
Okay. So you move past it, Wits again knocking at the side of the boat. For the second time, the fog now thickens.
Oh,
The waters are getting a little bit more choppy. You are beginning to hear like whispering out on the waves.
what kind
Like-
of whispering?
It sounds kind of like it's coming from creatures that you have not interacted with.
Kind of culty?
It sounds a little bit more like bestial, like
Oh.
yeah. And with that, you watch as Leland is like very on edge, like looking around.
Dude,
Is it-
you gotta chill,
is it-
man.
Is a language called bestial?
Chill, man.
Yeah.
Is it deep speech?
Let me check.
Let him check, dude. Hey, do you speak Thieves' Camp?
Yes.
Dude, me too. We should chat.
It is not a language that is. You know what, Shar? Give me a Give me an intelligence check.
feeling I'm not that intelligent. I'm not. Intelligence check. 18.
Hey, that's really good.
The language sounds similar to deep speech. So you get the sense that this is maybe like a language that has like a shared root in deep speech. You make out one word or two words. The two words you make out are attack and feast.
Don't like those words.
Great.
Okay, because my other favorite enemy is monstrosities, which means that I have significant experience studying, tracking, hunting, and even talking to a certain type of enemy. But, you know, I chose deep speech. So, would there be anything else to garner from these context clues?
You don't get the sense there's anything particularly monstrous that is like coming to mind here. So you would not know exactly like what these creatures are, if there are even creatures, or if this is some kind of like magical effect. You're not quite sure.
Okay. Char
Can
just
we
looks
like
around.
can we like
She
full
does.
speed ahead faster?
What's that?
Can we like full speed ahead this? Like let's get the fuck out of here.
Can we put it in
Um,
hyperdrive?
Yeah, well hit the nos, dude.
Friggin' yeah.
Okay. You put the hey,
Warp drive activate.
you start kicking up the engines, and the ship is moving faster. As it is, you hear this gentle knock.
The fucking shrine back?
You look over the side, and sure enough, you do a quick like flyby where you're like pretty briskly moving past that shrine again.
Cass, look at it.
Yeah,
What's
quick,
in it?
quick scan. How many items are in it?
None.
Keep going.
None.
Keep going. There's none in it.
After a brief while, you hear
Ignore
another, and then another.
There's like a bunch of them?
And you look. It is a sea full of these shrines.
God damn it.
Guys, we don't have that many items.
Explore it.
I am.
You're just moving through it.
How fast can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you gonna do? Stop?
I don't know.
You hear those voices all around you begin to grow more and more agitated.
We only have one ride.
The ship is slowing because you are now plowing through like an entire sea of these shrines.
Like an icebreaker.
Could I?
That's what the ship is made
Nice.
I mean, yeah.
They call it the Shrine Breaker.
Yeah.
for. New name.
Could I head to the bow of the ship, cast control water, and part freaking Moses us through the shrines?
Yeah. Give me an Arcana check.
24.
Jeez.
Okay.
That's a pretty good idea, dude. Is it raining hella hard for you guys? Not
No.
you.
So, Sandara, you go to the bow of the ship. You cast control water and part the water. And as you do, sure enough, the shrines like begin sliding down either side of the water that's parted. And as you part the water beneath you, you can visibly see there is something kind of like purplish and wet that is latched onto your ship right now.
God.
And as you part the water, like just beneath you, you see two huge, like blank, staring squid-like eyes. As there is this, again, like squid-looking creature that has been completely, like, ornately decorated in gold jewels.
Dude. What the fuck is HP Lovecraft doing around here?
Um, so with that, as you part the waves and you are staring into this thing, what are you doing?
Guys, there's a giant squid on the ship
Again.
again. I think a different squid.
Well, I assume.
It's not doing anything, but it's really creepy looking. Like,
Can I
oh my
look-
god.
Can I come look at it?
Yeah, you step up,
Is it
and
like gold armor or just like gold?
as you do, you watch as it's like looking at you, and it's trying to like push itself deeper into the water to like hide, and you also watch it like with the tentacle like pull something out of the water and like place it on, and it's one of those shrines.
Oh, no thank you. We're good on the shrines. Squid,
We gave the rat hat.
Squid Lord.
So as that happens, you watch as it ducks now under the ship, and you lose sight of it.
Cool. Good.
I look at very.
Problem solved.
And
Alright.
you hear this, you feel this loud like thud and thump, and the ship just begins slowing.
Maybe we just full engine stop.
Yeah, I'll stop. Sure.
I mean, the ship can still fly, can it not? Just not very well.
We're never getting these plates back.
It was like a. Ugh.
He'll be
Also,
back.
yeah, then we're dropping our dark iron plates.
And
Mm.
with that, you begin to hear this like bubbling sound all around the ship, and there is like this like whitish foam that begins to like surround the ship, and then it like sublimes into this like heavy fog around you to the point where you can basically like not even really see your hand in front of your face.
Man,
It's happening.
they're really
It's
into
happening.
the fog.
Cast runs to get done spare, and they begin preparing again to play music.
Preparing to play music.
I will.
Yep.
I'm gonna listen to Varric. We're gonna do a little quick stop-a-rooney. Do we do?
Or maybe just wait.
Squid guy? Squid Lord?
First of all, we shouldn't assume the squid's gender.
Squid Lady?
So,
Squid.
Just say just squid.
What is the gender neutral term for Lord or Lady, Varric?
S-
Noble squid.
Noble
Thank
squid.
you, Shar.
Squid ruler.
Noble squid. I'm gonna start looking off the edge of the ship, so I'm like just walking the perimeter and looking over the edge to see if I see anything.
You look over the edge. As you're looking, you absolutely can't see anything. You do see in front of you, there's like a small shape on the ship. A
On
humanoid.
our ship.
Yep.
A human? A
A
humanoid.
man. Person.
You just assume someone's gender.
Smaller than an adult.
A child.
Looks like a kid.
Or no.
Hello.
I'm
He's a
gonna
12-year-old.
approach the child.
Shar, don't throw him overboard yet.
As you do, yeah, this is like a kind of like lighter skinned, like redhead, young boy. He's
Get
like,
down
maybe
on
like,
one knee.
Okay.
How'd you get on here, bud?
he just looks at you and smiles, and he just says, "You were supposed to make an offering."
We did make an
We
offering.
made two. We made two offerings.
One of you made an offering.
Oh, we all have to make an offering? They weren't.
Everyone from our crew, or just the captains?
He just smiles, and he like reaches out his hand to grab your hand.
I will reach out my hand.
He takes your hand and begins to like walk you over to the side.
I will go along with this for now.
Okay. As you do, he just leans over towards the side, looks back up at you, and smiles, and then just like looks over the side.
I will look over the side as well.
Okay. You see, the fog begins to clear,
Mm-hmm.
and you see this like whirlpool beneath you. And you don't understand how, but you can see visions within this whirlpool of an obelisk in the middle of the ocean, a stone obelisk, where it makes no sense for there to be any construction. That people make pilgrimages to and leave items. Some people throw their children in the whirlpool. But this is a place where sacrifices are made.
Do I need to throw an offering into the whirlpool?
You're just like getting that. Yeah, you're getting that.
Okay, I will take off my ring of water walking, and I'll toss it into the whirlpool.
Okay. As you do, some of the fog dissipates.
We all need to make an offering.
God damn it. I'll grab
We gotta
a
have
gauntlet.
work.
I'll grab a gauntlet of lightning bolts. Throw it overboard.
Clock.
The fog continues to dissipate.
I will I'll take off my gloves of thievery and throw them over.
Okay.
You had gloves on?
First time seeing my hands.
Oh, the gloves back.
All right. With that, the fog slowly begins to dissipate, and the waters begin to calm, and you hear that whispering all around you slow and stop. And as you look around, you are surrounded by like a fleet of I'd say Varric and Cass, you would know what these beings are. These are Sawagin. So they're like fish-like humanoids that are all like holding like these primitive spears that are made from like fish bones and things like that. Just like
Which part of
hungrily
them is
looking in your
fish?
direction. Top half. Like a reverse mermaid.
They got the dumb fish faces, like.
Yep, like they're like blank, like fish stare, like you cannot see any expression, like mouth agape.
Cool.
So we've shown mercy every time we've had visitors on sea. I vote we line up as many as we can in a row and arcane lance them before they can even reach us.
I think we are cool because of the offerings. I think we just get out of here.
Okay. If they start approaching, I'm ready to just kill on sight. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I'm always ready to throw down. I'm just saying. Kid, how are you gonna...
You look
He's
down,
not-
the kid's gone.
And
Get the
go
fuck
ahead
outta here.
and slowly, yeah, like gradually
Lower it.
start the ship up. Like,
Okay. You start to move. The ships move out of your way.
See you later.
And,
Wasn't that bad.
and
said too early.
you hear that kid's voice in your head, Varric. As it just says, if you and your friends would wish to visit Nindril, I have messaged on your behalf, and you are to be given safe passage.
Hey, guys, if we want to visit Nindril, we got the green light from the child.
Ooh,
Or whoever he serves, I assume.
I love that. Maybe
we're
like a
on it?
vacation sometime.
Yeah.
As you head out east, the ships part, let you pass, and you feel the ship speed up as there's a you've just lost a ton of weight from somewhere.
Squid.
As you see this golden glinting from behind you, some of which is just left in the water. Like this giant squid or whatever it is just like bleeding treasure.
Whoa.
That's cool.
I want that.
I can't.
As you begin heading out east, again, the waters here are choppy. The conditions are a little bit unforgiving. There's a heavy cloud cover, yet to the south, you can now make up what looks like the city of Nindril. You see this like purplish, like dark purplish onyx, like stone maybe, that has been used to create these like angular curved, almost like I don't know how to explain, almost like ritualistic looking like cold stone structures that hang over like black cliffs. And it's just a whole city of these like spires that are jutting out of these black cliffs. As you see that to the south, you look to the north, and there is a huge structure of a beautiful woman that is just like leaning casually, like Renaissance style artistically, against this black spire that is just coming out of the ocean. And there is a dock in the middle of the ocean connected to that statue, or sorry, connected to this huge whirlpool on which the other side of that whirlpool is the statue.
Honestly, guys, it's kind of a vibe.
Seems dangerous.
I mean, not right now.
Get Leland's feelings.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah, but they granted us safe access.
Yeah.
They
I don't
said
think
we
can
they said
stop
we were
them.
cool.
Yeah,
They said,
that,
yeah,
that
sure.
means it can be revoked. You know, we just gotta
I mean-
tread carefully while we're here.
I mean,
I
we're not
said-
stopping. We're just going
No,
through, right?
going
No,
through.
I just saying like someday maybe we're on
Yeah.
vacation, we're all together 10 years from now. It's like, oh, let's visit Nindril.
But that Leland just like, you hear him shout to some of the crewmates behind you, and he says, "Keep your heads on a swivel, boys. My prostate is engorged."
Oh god.
Leland?
Told you.
Really gotta see a doctor. I mean, maybe engorged. I don't. Never mind.
Hey guys, I'm gonna jump off. It's getting
All
kind
right.
of late for a school night, but I'll see you later.
All right. Good job.
Yep.
So with that, Leland has you cut south. And you're on now like the other side of the frost fingers. And you can clearly see like as you begin to move a little further away from those stone structures of Nindrel proper, you can make out the like some of the activity in the frost fingers in the distance. And it's pretty clear that there's like all the business happens on the west, and towards the east on the side facing Nindrel, it's like kind of left alone. So with that said,
No, I don't like
um,
it. Even the pirates don't like it over here.
as you make your way past Nindrel, that is where we're going to pick up next time.
Nice. Hey,
Not doing so hot so far.
no combat, guys.
Yeah, we